Ladybug lived in the hills as green as the day was hot.
So you do remember.
She was big as the length of your arm double across, and her wings were big and translucent, which means you can kind of see through them, but not really. And she lived in the hills as green as the day was hot, and she was happy.
But what didn't she have?
Her spots. She didn't have her spots. I know the story, Mom. One day, Ladybug fell in love with an outsider, the wily Mr. Grasshopper. Her friends, Earthworm and Butterfly and Praying Mantis, knew that Mr. Grasshopper was never up to any good, and that's why Ladybug didn't tell them she was going out with him. And they were happy together for a little while. But Mr. Grasshopper was hatching a plan.
Well, what was his plan?
I'm getting to it. He wanted to steal Ladybug away to be the queen of the grasshoppers. You know, Mom, that's kind of silly. Why would a ladybug be the queen of the grasshoppers?
Mr. Grasshopper might not have thought his plan all the way through.
No. Well, anyway, Ladybug caught him on the phone one night with his friend, explaining how the next day he was going to steal her away. Ladybug was pretty smart, though, so instead of barging in and yelling at him and then running away, she waited until the next morning. Mr. Grasshopper had put a potion in her oatmeal that would make her fall asleep, and when he wasn't looking, she switched it. As soon as he took a bite, he knew what she had done. In his anger, just before falling asleep, he took his pen and sprayed ink all over Ladybug, giving her spots so that no one would ever think of trying to mess with her. And she lived happily ever after, living the rest of her life with the people she loved. But she would always wear the spots of ink that Mr. Grasshopper had left on her as a constant reminder of how close to terrible misfortune she had come.
Do you remember why I told you that story, Louisa?
Oh, what do you mean?
Well, what's the point?
I don't remember.
It's about communication. It's about talking together. If Ladybug had just told her friends about Mr. Grasshopper, they might have been able to figure out a plan before anything bad happened. Listen, I'll never tell you what to do, I promise. But sometimes when we put our heads together, we can figure out things we might not have been able to before. So, when you're ready to tell me about what's bothering you, and not a moment sooner, I'll be here, okay?
Okay. I want to be alone now.
Can I tell you a new story?
A new story?
Yes, this one will be about love. Well, I don't know, it'll be about something, but we can figure that part out together.
Fine.
All right. Well, once upon a time, in a city a lot like our own, there was a huge art museum.
By one of the most celebrated art curators around.
Her museum was amazing. It boasted a mix of classic art and new art, featuring both the great painters of yore and young painters from all over the city.
This one is beautiful. Masters is great. You can really see all of the brush strokes, but somehow she doesn't let that distract from the rest of the painting.
It makes me think of music, something orchestral. All the pieces fit together, nothing stands out or detracts from anything else.
Well, that's wonderfully said. You know, if you like Masters, I think you might like...
But the museum was beginning to have a problem.
We're beginning to have a problem. Our admission rates are going down daily, and I need you to do something about it.
Well, talk to PR, talk to advertising.
We need something to bring more people in, something exciting and interesting.
I'll see what I can do.
The curator was determined to come up with something, but before she could, she discovered something terrible. The curator discovered that all of the paintings in the Masters exhibit had been vandalized with a single letter in red paint.
How did this happen? Well, I don't know. I was thinking of asking you that.
Check the security footage. There was nothing.
There was nothing. But around 2 o'clock in the morning, there was the tiniest gap in the tape. Someone had tampered with it.
She copied down the letters and took them with and it soon occurred to her to try the name of the artist whose paintings had been vandalized.
Masters. What? It's the artist whose paintings have been vandalized.
Well, go on, try it.
Catch me. Unbelievable.
Have you given our problem any thought?
I'm working on it, but I'm really more concerned about our vandal.
Well, I'm not. It won't matter what the vandal does. This whole museum goes under. Look, I was in your shoes once. I took this museum and I made it into something great. Aren't you proud of this museum?
Of course.
Well, the world is changing and I need you to make sure that we have a place in it. I gave you this opportunity and I could very easily take it away. Tomorrow you understand, or you may find yourself without a job.
Okay. Do you think they used the same keyword or changed it to throw me off?
You think they're playing a game with you, right? Once the rules are set, why change them?
Okay, so we need to figure out what the key is.
Me?
Fine, I need to figure out what the key is. It's a game, and this person has no way of knowing I cracked the first cipher, so maybe this key could relate to its message.
Catch me?
If you can, they're all...
Fakes? They're all fakes? What does that even mean?
What does it mean?
Well, it means that whoever left the ciphers had also replaced the paintings with expertly done copies.
The curator might not have even noticed the ciphers hadn't pointed it out. Well, what happened next?
Well, what happened next? The ciphers stopped leaving ciphers.
What? Well, what kind of ending is that?
Not an ending at all. In fact, it's just a beginning. And the ciphers did only vanish for a year. But in any case, it's getting a little bit late, don't you think?
No.
Come on, Ladybug, get in there.
Fine.
Can I have a kiss?
No.
Hi.
Hi.
How was your day?
It was fine.
What did you do?
Nothing.
Really?
No, not really.
Well, why don't you tell me about one interesting thing that happened to you today?
I'm doing a puzzle.
Okay, well, can I help?
I did the edges first. Can you tell me more of the story?
I can tell you a new story if you want it.
I guess so.
You'll like it, I promise. It's about a young woman whose family had to move very far away from where she grew up.
But somewhere on that journey, she got separated from them. Somewhere along the way, she got lost.
Mom? Dad? Hello? Where am I? She moved through the dark streets of a dark grim town, and although she passed many people doing dark things, they all ignored her.
I think I know. As she stumbled along, she found herself following a line path that led toward the bridge. Something in her warned her of this place, but something in her also told her this is where she needed to go.
Hello?
Hello there.
Who are you?
I run things around here.
What do you mean? What?
Things. Everything that happens here happens because I say so. Even you, little duckling. Especially you.
The man assigned the girl between all the ways in this large house. Work was hard, tiring, and no fun at all. But one good thing did come of it.
Why aren't there any stars? What? When I look up at the sky, there aren't any stars. I've never been anywhere without stars before.
Is this still Earth?
I think so. When we noticed we left. I'm not sure. Everything's been so strange.
How did you get here?
I don't know. We were walking, my family and me. We were walking for such a long time. Me and Mama and Papa, one second I was with them and the next.
Next year here.
Yeah. How did you get here?
There never was another place for me.
You've always been here.
I'm lucky. Mr. Banks likes me. It's not good he doesn't.
What happens?
Can I show you something?
The girl followed her into the depths of the man's mansion, down creaking hallways, eerie ramps, around labyrinth-like turns. They crept past the door behind which slept Mr. Banks's mother, her great snores rocking the floor beneath their feet.
After making their way down a hall lined with torches, they slid through a door out into a moonlit courtyard. Teetering above stood an enormous water tower, surrounded by a brick wall. And without warning, the girl's friend began to climb.
A few feet out, she extended a hand. The girl hesitated for a moment, then took it.
It's amazing up here.
You can almost see the stars.
And for a moment, the clouds parted. And the girl didn't see the stars, but something even more miraculous. She saw a face.
Hello? Oh, it's you. Where have you been? Around. Well, you seem different. I don't like that haircut.
Your face has more lines.
That's a terrible shirt.
I've missed you.
Yeah.
A girl in the sky?
Where are you?
I don't know. A town? Maybe? What have you been up to?
Well, I'm in school. They're teaching me to write and I'm taking a class on secret codes. Are you back for good?
You should teach me. You can communicate with ciphers.
Well, that sounds fun, but it might get a little complicated.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, are you here for good?
I don't know. I can't always get back here. It's too difficult. Mr. Banks wouldn't like it very much if he found out.
Who?
The nights here are cold.
Can you leave?
The road ends before the town does.
Do you want to go home?
I don't even know where home is anymore.
But do you want to?
Do you think there's a way out?
No, you don't think I've looked?
But people must have left.
No.
But
No, you missed a spot.
thanks.
Have you been back to the water tower?
No.
Come in. Would you like some water?
No thanks.
Of course. Look at this vase. Does it make clean to you? No. No, it does not. Do you know why I gave you this job?
Why?
Because I like you. Because I think you're interesting. But you're not very good at it. And now that I found out that you've been climbing my water tower, there's no use lying. I see everything that happens around here. But the question is, what to do with you, little chick? What to do?
I don't have much time. I'm not going to be able to come back here anymore. What? What's going on?
Mr. Banks caught me. He's threatening to send me downtown.
What's downtown?
I don't know. I don't want to know.
What can I do to help you?
I don't think you can.
Suddenly Mr. Banks was there. The face of the sky was gone for good. No, what was she going to say?
Well, I guess you'll just have to find out, won't you?
But how did they know each other? The girl and the face in the sky.
The two met by accident, but when the girl got lost in the underworld, they stopped speaking for a very long time.
Huh. You should have mentioned that in the story.
Good night, Louisa.
Good night.
I'll make us breakfast in the morning.
Bacon and eggs.
Bacon and eggs.
Louisa, dinner's ready.
I'm not hungry.
How much longer are you going to do this, baby? You can't go to school, come straight home to your room and not talk to me. This has to end.
I'm not hungry.
Hey,
No.
what's going on?
Carly made fun of me at school today.
What did she say?
Carly made fun of me at lunch. Everyone laughed.
Did you tell Miss Sanders?
No.
Why not? What did she say? What are you reading?
A book.
Well, I know that, but what book?
It's a mystery.
The book or what it's about?
young woman took many classes. She took a science class in which she struggled greatly.
She took an art class in which she struggled poignantly.
And she took a literature course in which she excelled.
You know, I thought what you had to say today was very interesting.
Thanks.
I swear that girl is too much for me.
Does she even know your name?
Well, no, but we've had a conversation once. That's something, right?
You want me to tell you the truth, or do you want me to be nice?
Well, whatever. Have you done a biology reading yet?
I don't. Have you?
No, I can't figure out the stages. It's interphase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase, cytophase. Right, cytophase. Who was that?
I have no idea.
She was cute.
Not another one.
How are your grades?
They're fine, Dad.
Just fine.
They're good.
I always know when you're lying.
Biology is giving me some trouble.
Are you having an issue?
Yes, Dad. Yes, I am.
Well, maybe you should work harder. Study more.
Fine. Okay.
I thought we said in class was kind of brilliant. I never thought about metaphor like that. I'm Holly.
Oh, thanks.
And you are?
I never got to say thank you.
For what?
Well, the other day you...
Cytophase? No problem.
So, I was wondering, I'm having some trouble with... and I was thinking that maybe you might be able to...
You want a tutor?
Yes, that, please, thank you. I can pay you.
Second floor of the library, corner 3, I'll be at the table in the back.
Right, okay.
You're late.
Well, I didn't know you meant on the dot.
I'm trying to help you.
Right, sorry.
So, what have you been having trouble with?
I can't get anything to stick in my memory. And are you sure you don't want me to pay you for this?
What are you trying to do to memorize?
Are you sure?
What are you trying?
Soon, they started spending every afternoon together.
Photosynthesis.
It's like plants are solar panels and they use the sun to get food.
Every afternoon together.
Some lovers try positions they can't handle.
What? It's a mnemonic to remember the rest of them.
And even some evenings together.
That was the worst movie I've ever seen. But you loved it. I did. Can I show you something?
Sure. The two climbed up narrower and narrower sets of stairs before sliding through a door that should have been locked out onto the roof.
This is amazing. I thought you might like it. It's so clear up here. You can see every star. I really like to write up here.
You should write a story about what it'd be like in a universe where everything was shards of light. What are you writing?
Love stories mostly.
What kind of love stories?
Well, I don't know. Everything is so, hard. You get it if you knew my father. But I can write things that are a little bit easier. I mean, the villain still kidnaps the princess before she can profess her love for the hero, but it all works out in the end. And that's what it leads up to. That's the point. But this, I don't think we'll know the point of this for quite a while.
Do you think that's kind of okay?
I don't know. I'm in a relationship.
What?
What? What's wrong?
You just spent the entire story leading up to that relationship. That's not fair.
Well, that's just what happens sometimes.
Well, who was she in a relationship with?
Holly, the girl in her literature class.
I don't like it.
Yeah, well, neither did they, but that is a story for another time. Good night, Louisa.
Good night, Mommy.
Bringing in the artist residency was a great idea.
Thank you, Holly is amazing.
Our numbers are up, the board is happy. What more could we want?
Well, thank you, but that's actually not why I asked to talk to you today.
Why? The board meeting's in 15 minutes, so...
Well, it looks like an old friend of ours is back in town. The cursed exhibit has been vandalized, and it looks like a cipher.
Have the paintings been examined?
They're all fakes.
I thought you said you had this under control.
I did! I thought I did.
Okay, yeah, take my paintings out of there. They can't be stolen or damaged or both.
They won't, I
You
promise.
can't promise that.
Maybe.
Right.
Listen, I can figure the cipher out, I promise.
That's not enough.
Well, then what do you want me to do?
I want you to take my paintings out of the exhibit.
I can't do that.
If one of my paintings gets damaged,
I won't let that happen. I will figure it out.
I love you. Yeah.
I know.
Okay.
So the curator made her way back to the library, cipher in hand.
Oh, hey, do you just live here personally? You're cypress as well, huh?
Yeah, 2 messages and then a whole year of silence. I thought they were building up to something. I don't know.
Maybe they were building for this?
Well, that would be one heck of a long game, but who knows?
So, what's the cipher this time? You got the book?
Yeah. Hey, wait. Go back to basics. This looks like the same handwriting as the cipherist. How would you know that I'd be here?
Mommy, I know who the cipherist is. It's
What does it say?
Well, it looks like a simple rotation, which means that it reads as,
Have you missed me?
oh my god.
Why do they keep messing with us? Shouldn't they just want to steal the paintings that we built?
Listen, I need you to do your job better. Bottom line, nobody should be getting in or out of this museum without you knowing.
You saw that they tampered with the tapes. What do you want me to do?
Well, there's gotta be something.
Well, why don't you try to stay the night, huh? See what it's like to try and catch this guy.
Fine, I will.
no, you're not.
Why not?
You're trying to catch a criminal. You're not qualified to do that.
Yeah, well, neither is Spy, apparently. Listen, if you want me to keep your paintings safe, this is how.
No, I want to keep using it first. That's more important.
Thank you, but still.
No.
I need to do this.
No.
Trust me?
No. Of course.
I'll catch the cipherist. I promise.
My knight in shining armor.
It's really creepy in here at night.
I promise the painting will come alive.
Are you sure we can't keep the lights on?
You want him to know you're here?
Maybe. No.
Good. I'm gonna go monitor the TVs and you can wander wherever.
It's my museum.
Not at night.
Hello? Hello? Is anyone in here? No. Because gotcha! Ugh. No. It's because you're over here! Ugh, this is not as much fun as I thought it'd be.
space helmets on? You ready to face the world out there?
Yes, I am, Captain Louisa.
Louisa! What's going on? Are you sick?
Alien friends, becoming chief from the planet Earth.
You okay there?
I don't want to go to school today.
Why? You have a test?
No.
Is it salad day?
No.
Well, are you sick?
Yes.
Your forehead is cold. What's going on?
I just don't want to go to school.
Okay. Okay, so what do you want to do?
I want for you to tell me another story. A new one.
You don't want me to finish any of the others?
No.
Okay. Well, how about I make us breakfast and I will help you while we eat?
No.
Well, I guess you know best. Listen, we'll cover for you today, but you have to go back to school tomorrow.
Okay.
All right. Well, in 1869, a railroad was built across the entire United States. And in 1901, a young woman stowed away on a cargo car at a train going from California to New York.
Oh, really?
Well, no, it's just a story.
Oh, okay.
She stowed away on that train for one very happy reason and one very sad reason. Which do you want to hear first?
The very sad reason.
Okay. Well, this young woman lived very far away from that train, across an ocean actually. But when one of her mother's brothers,
Her uncle.
yes, her uncle, he lived closer. He lived in California. And when that young woman was on the very brink of growing up, her uncle passed away.
No.
So she and her family got on a boat and sailed to California to go take care of his family.
So that's the very sad reason. What's the very happy one?
Well, the very happy one is that this young woman had a pen pal, which means that she had a friend who lived very far away from her. And the two sent each other tons of letters talking about their parents, their schools, every little detail of their lives. And at the end of the day, they learned to live in love with each other.
Oh.
But that pen pal lived in New York, all the way across the ocean and all the way across the country. But
now she was only all the way across the country.
exactly.
But why would she have stowed away in a cargo train instead of staying with her family?
Well,
I can't believe you're going all the way to America.
I know, but I can write you. Papa promised me he'd post my letters.
I miss you so much. I don't know if I can bear it.
And you always say I'm dramatic.
It's not melodramatic, but it's true.
I miss you. Goodbye.
And so, her and her mother and her father got on a boat and sailed all the way to America. The trip was very hard and very grand.
But they finally made it to California. Their arrival meant more bad news for the clever woman.
We're going to be staying in America for a while.
What? Why?
Well, the family needs us right now.
What about my friends? What about my studies?
They will all be there right where you left them when we get back.
Okay, but when?
A year, perhaps 2.
Well, your mother has some exciting news for you. For us.
What?
I'm pregnant. You're going to have a new little brother or sister.
Everything was spiraling out of control. The clever woman thought this was more than she could handle, and in her desperation, she penned a letter.
I write to you from a distance closer than we have ever been before, dearest friend. Only the stretch of the United States separates us. You're so close, I feel as though I could see you if I tried. Things are bad with me. I feel unneeded in this family, that my presence is unnecessary. Near you, perhaps these hardships might feel a little bit easier.
She sent the letter off to the address that she knew by heart and settled into her new life in California.
This new life was boring. She didn't have any classes to take or friends to talk to. She just
Are you all stowaways as well?
They were. Remember we took a grade for 3 people.
A tall, big man with bad teeth.
A short, fine woman with class.
A small, angry child with a hat.
Lots of this.
Good. That's just gross.
So what are you doing here?
Same reason as you, probably.
What do you think I'm doing here?
There are only a few reasonable reasons
running out of food.
Well, if you just let me come down with you, it would take a lot less time to find plantable soil.
What's the point anyways?
What do you mean?
It's more than likely we're gonna die out here. Why not go by starvation?
What are you talking about?
Never mind. Finish your brush.
Are you okay?
I ran some tests on water at the lab.
And?
It looks good. It looks drinkable.
That's huge! That means the soil could be plantable.
Maybe. We've been through this before.
We'll test the soil next.
Tomorrow.
You don't sound all that excited.
I'm just getting a little tired of this.
This could be what we've been looking for.
Maybe.
Clara, this could be home.
But the next day, the scientist had something different in mind.
I'm gonna go out a little further than yesterday, see what's beyond the beach.
Be careful.
Never.
She crossed a bank on the side of the river and climbed up a steep hill.
No trees.
Any vegetation?
No. I'd have to walk for days to even get past this plateau. We'll have to orbit to another kind of planet and land there.
Sounds good to me.
Listen,
Yeah?
I lied.
What?
The water's not drinkable. This planet is bust.
What are you saying? Then get back up here. There are 2 other planets in the system for us to search.
I'm done. We're never gonna find a home.
Get back to the ascent vehicle.
I love you.
Wait! Hello? Hello? Come on. Okay.
In a frenzy, the photographer threw her suit on. With a stark realized the descent beam was still on the ground. With nothing else to do, she began to pilot the large ship down to the surface.
I'm coming to get you, Clara.
The ship was able to move down through the atmosphere. It began to fall apart.
Just a little further.
The ship rocked into the air, sending the photographer smashing into the wall.
It spiraled down, completely out of control. A moment in the chaos, the photographer suspended, weightless. And then the ship crashed into the ground, the submarine crunched of metal, and everything went dark.
How long is this going to go on for?
You try talking to her.
I've tried everything.
Well, she likes the stories.
And I'm happy about that.
Maybe you're helping.
But it's not fixing this.
Well, what else do you want me to do?
We need to get in touch with the school. Something needs to be done about this Carly girl and we can't do it.
We'll talk about this later.
You don't need to call my school.
Why not? Did something happen?
It was salad day.
Ugh. Yeah. But I meant about Carly.
We had to work on a math problem together, and she made fun of me, but no one could hear, so it's okay.
Oh, no, that's not okay.
It's fine.
Will you please talk to Mommy about this?
No, I want to hear another story.
Louisa.
Story.
You're trying my patience.
Story?
Fine. Hello? Hello? Has anyone seen my friend?
She was no longer just the face of the sky, and as she made her way down the road, her friend could only describe to her. She too became turned around and lost.
Can someone help me find my friend?
In the distance, she saw a mansion teetering atop a hill.
Has anyone seen my friend?
I know you.
Do you know my friend?
The two began on the path towards the mansion, but a whispering struck up among the inhabitants of the town, and as they approached the path, a crowd gathered to block their way.
Come on, move.
Why are they letting us through?
I know you don't belong here.
Come on!
Escaping the crowd, they made their way up the path.
Where is she?
I don't know.
Well, what do you mean?
She disappeared months ago. I don't know where she went.
She said something about downtown.
That's what he calls the basement. Come on.
The door to the mansion creaked open, and the grand foyer stretched out before them. In one direction, a staircase called upwards, but in one corner, a door to the basement opened.
Have you ever been down there before?
It's usually locked.
Well, I guess we better get to it.
sleeping. You wouldn't want to wake her, would you? Besides, who do you think you are coming into my home unannounced? Quite rude.
Let me see her.
See her? Why, you can see her all you wish.
Let me go to her.
Wait. You scratch my back, and I'll scratch yours.
So you do want something.
Underneath my mother's bed is a box of trinkets. I need it desperately.
You can't get it yourself.
Well, my mother and I haven't spoken in years, and I doubt she's been awake in that much time. But if you fetch this box for me, maybe I'll let your friend go.
Fine.
Stealing herself, she made her way up the stairs to the bedroom and shook with the man's mother's snores. Under the bed, she found a scrapbook. It was filled with pictures of Mr. Banks, his mother, and a man who must have been his father. Armed with the scrapbook, she made her way back to the basement.
Here.
What is this?
Where's Danielle?
You have no business with her.
Where's Clara? Come on, we're going.
The travelers arrived in a moonlit grove and stopped to rest.
Where are we?
The woods. They had managed to escape the Ogre King's lair and had been traveling for the better part of the day.
What happened?
Don't worry, we're gonna be okay now.
Unknown to them, a trickster was watching from behind the foliage.
You about ready to get going?
Yeah.
They pushed out of the grove, into another grove, and into another grove, and into another grove, and again into the edge of the forest, seemed no closer now than it had when they started.
I think something's going on here.
No way.
Well, the woods happen eventually.
Says who? Looks like you need to do some unlearning.
I'm scared. Who are you? Don't talk to it.
That's pretty rude for a creature like you.
Who are you calling a creature?
I'm the trickster, and you're the punchline of my next joke. If you're even thinking about leaving these woods, you're going to have to beat me in 3 days.
It's always 3. Why is it always 3?
Balance, I guess.
Stop talking. You're boring me. First of all, you've both been neglecting an important conversation.
Mom?
Are you alright?
No, I'm not. And it might not be your fault, but it's your fault.
No, not that.
You're the boss.
What's going on? We need to talk.
Okay.
You need to know that I'm probably not coming back anytime soon.
What do you mean?
It's really hard and complicated, but there's someone here and they really need me here right now.
But I've been waiting for you.
I know.
I don't understand.
I'm sorry.
No, I don't ever want to talk to you.
Holly, I'm sorry. What do you mean?
Do you know where I should be right now? I should be
ensuring its total destruction. Easy peasy. Ready for the catch.
The box is open, revealing each of the traveler's closest friends.
This is cruel. It could just be playing a trick on us. Maybe it's an illusion. Do you really want to take that chance?
I'm just saying, so what do we do?
I have an idea, okay? It's not a very good one, unfortunately.
You don't have much of a choice here.
Kiss me for good luck.
What are you doing?
Sacrificing myself?
Interesting. I've never seen anybody pull that trick before. Congratulations. Thank you for your contribution. You'll no longer be needed.
What are you doing?
Giving us a little alone time.
What do you want?
For you to play my third game. Duh. Don't worry. She'll be just fine. I'm going to tell you a story. It's about 3 fishermen.
Once upon a time, 3 fishermen. A red one, a blue one, and a green one.
Each fisherman wanted something more than they wanted anything else in the whole
One of them wanted money, one of them sought power.
lofty
One of them
goals
was
for
rich.
fishermen.
They thought it would
The red fisherman would go
trout,
first,
halibut,
but he
bass,
was
and my
looking
fishing,
for
and my
money.
sheep, and
One
dogs.
fisherman caught trout.
One to rod, and that's his ass.
The fisherman seemed powerfully right after the red fisherman. The fisherman who caught bass didn't use a pole. Can you tell me which fisherman caught which fish using which tool while seeking what?
What?
Time is ticking.
I don't know. The red fisherman didn't go for money, and the fisherman who came after him went for power, so that means red must have gone for fame, which also means he didn't catch the bass.
Time is
Ticking.
Hurry up!
Now.
The fisherman who caught the trout and the bass came before the other fisherman, and green was glass, so he must have caught halibut, which means that blue went for money and green went for power. Is that it? Did I get it?
In the nick of time, too. Kind of disappointing. I always do enjoy it when people lose. Oh well. So it's next time. Enjoy your life while you still can.
The woods disappear around the
I got us out of there. You got us out of there. I love you. I love you too.
Are you getting a little tired of this? Well, just give me a few more days. I really think I'm getting through better.
And you hear yourself grasping at straws.
It's not like you've done anything. I've basically been doing this all on my own.
I wanted to do this my way since the beginning. You've been insisting on playing this fairy tale thing out to present whether it works or not.
I'm trying to respect Louisa and what she wants. I'm doing my best.
I know. I'm not saying that you aren't.
What are you saying then?
I miss my daughter, Ellie, and you know what? I miss my life.
Don't pull that. I said I'm doing my best.
Louisa needs more than that right now. I know we always try to accommodate what she wants. God knows our parents never did that for us, but we're not her friends, we're her mothers. We have to step in because what she wants and what she needs are two entirely different things.
You're right. I hate it when you're right.
Hurts to say, doesn't it?
She's never gonna forgive us for this.
She's 12, she'll get over it.
She's 12. She might not.
Well, then let's call the school. Let them take care of it. But come on, we can't let this keep going on. She's getting holy.
No, if you just gave me a few more days.
No.
13, I met your mother. On the line, if you believe it. And we hated each other. Really, really hated each other at first, anyway. Mommy lived in Texas, and I lived in Europe, and when she was 20, her family dropped everything and moved to New York. And we fell out of touch for a little while. But when she got back to me, she was different. She was older and a little sadder, but one thing was more clear than anything else. We were in love with each other, but things weren't so simple. I was in a relationship with someone else, and we lived all the way across the ocean from each other. But there was something there. One day, little Louisa, you're going to fall in love with someone, and you're going to feel more alive and more confused than you've ever felt before. When my uncle passed away, I moved to California, and I hitchhiked. I hitchhiked all the way to New York, all the way to Mommy. But her mother didn't like that we were together, and she kicked us out. We tried to find somewhere to live for a little while, but the money was short, and your mother was having some trouble around that time, and look at me, battling. I wanted to tell you about the wedding. I don't think I've ever told you that story before. After Mommy and I had been together for a long time, I managed to get a publisher interested in one of my books, and suddenly we found ourselves with a bit of money. So we bought ourselves a nicer apartment, and then we thought about getting married. Well, really, we thought about adopting a child. I've always wanted a daughter. Ever since I was little, I talked about it non-stop. I never really was interested in getting married, but your mother, always a practical one, she argued that if we were going to have a kid, we might as well tie a knot. You know, I think she really just wanted to walk down the aisle, but she would kill me if she knew I told you that. And I don't know what happened, but one day I just gave in.
Do you really want to?
For you, I'd throw myself off a cliff.
Well, don't do that.
I really just wanted to go to the courthouse and sign some documents, but Mommy had none of that, so we found ourselves the cheapest wedding planner we could manage. My best friend from high school, actually.
I'd love to.
And we booked a synagogue. We made a couple of friends from our time in New York, and we invited all of them. And I even sent my college girlfriend, Holly, an invitation, even though she lived all the way in London. And after some talking, we decided to invite our families, too. But we found her this beautiful dress. It was white as snow with these little flowers on the skirt. And, of course, she pretended to hate it. She wouldn't even try it on for me. But I went out and I rented a tuxedo and got a cute little bow tie. I even bought a pair of heels. And after months of agonizing over cakes and flowers, it was finally time. And the ceremony, oh, Louisa, I wish you could have seen it. It was beautiful. The hubbub was in the courtyard, and I swear birds were singing. And her mother in that dress took the words away from me. She's always been good at that. Well, anyway, your Aunt Kelly walked me down the aisle, and I cried. I cried so much. It was the second happiest moment in my entire life. I love you. I love you too. You've never met him, Louisa, but your grandfather, my father, was named Caleb. He was a man with good intentions, and I do believe he loved me. He had a very clear idea in his head of who and what he wanted me to be. And that's a part of the reason I ran away. We didn't talk after that. We didn't talk at all. But your mother and I still decided to send my family an invitation. And we really didn't expect him or Mama to show up, but halfway through the party, I saw him standing there on the edges, wearing this fraying suit and this horrible scowl. And we made eye contact for a second, and then he turned and walked away. And I don't know what came over me, but I stood up and I raced after him. And Clara, your mother, didn't know what to do.
You turned your back on us.
I didn't. I tried to tell him that I was suffocating, that I never would have been happy if I had stayed, but all I could do was cry. And then he told me, quietly but firmly, that I'd be getting on the plane back home with him in the morning. And I could have stayed. sun had even rose. And I can't. Please. Your mother had no idea what happened. She looked all over for me. She tried calling my cell phone and hold on.
Hold on. The sea monster had kidnapped the princess down to the bottom of the ocean.
Into his dark lair in the depths of the sea.
That's you.
The valiant hero stood on the beach, staring down at the murky water.
And that's Mommy.
I'm gonna get you back.
And she needed some kind of vessel to go after them, but she didn't need to do it on her own. Did I miss the wedding?
You're just in time.
Bring her home.
You got it.
The clear from the sun into the depths of the ocean. She passed by brightly colored coral reefs, schools of fish swimming past.
You can't tell us that it was occupied and wanted to take a nap on the submarine.
But as the water around her grew colder, light from the sun had a harder time reaching her, and darkness surrounded the sun like swabs of inky fabric. She soon touched down to the sandy bottom of the ocean, right in front of the entrance to an immense cavern.
Oh boy.
A piranha drifted out of the darkness.
What are you doing here? Is this where the sea monster lives? Why do you want to know? He took something that doesn't belong here. He brought something here that doesn't belong here.
Oh, so what? You come to take it back.
Yes.
Well, it's just my job to go out to the cavern. It's nothing personal. I just can't let you go in. You understand?
So this is his lair.
Unfortunately, this is where their conversation ended. The piranha dashed forward, smashing into the side of the submarine.
The hero swung the submarine wildly, knocking into the piranha and sending it spiraling out into the murky sea.
The fight was won and won before it even had a chance to begin. The hero took the sub down into the depths of the cave.
On her way down, she saw many amazing things. She went into a cavern lit by hundreds of ghostly balls of light.
She passed by a cluster of jellyfish spinning and twirling in what looked like some kind of ritual. And she passed. Mom, you're stalling! Then finally, she touched down into the deepest, darkest, creepiest depths of the cave, which just so happened to be the sea monster's lair. But as she looked around and around, it appeared to be empty, filled only with darkness.
Where are you?
You shouldn't be here.
Show yourself.
Do you know how to fight a dragon? Child, have you read your fairy tales? Studied up?
Just give me Ellie back and I'll be gone.
But you've just gotten here, and I have so many words for you. You think you have a right to her, but you don't. She's too young to know what she wants, and so are you. This is the right place for her. I know what's best for her. I will keep her safe.
You're wrong. Why won't you listen to what Ellie has to say? more about Carly tomorrow?
I guess so.
Good.
Well, it seems to be getting kind of late again. How do you feel about sleeping?
Hold on, there's one thing I need to finish.